I have been running all over the place today, dentist appointments, shopping, kids activities, and still more to come. But I did want to take a moment to talk about ADA price performance today and the Fed meeting. What type of sentiment was thrust back into the market today by Jerome Powell? And we do need to have a discussion about this earth-shattering news that should be coming in the next couple days. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So ADA's kind of been all over the place today, as well as the rest of the market. You guys can see the ups and downs of the day. We did, in fact, basically drop all the way until the Fed meeting. We had some ups and downs even during that time, and then a little bit of recovery over the last 4 hours. Right now, it's about 6:10 p.m. Central Standard Time. You guys can see ADA right now is pushing about 67.5 cents, which is a great sign. This is getting us very close to, again, that 20-day moving average. And ADA is just trying to break past this and sustain. And again, this could be a moment where ADA does take a little bit of legs because we have a lot of people that are still negative, that are trying to short the market and push things down. And it's not quite working out as expected for them. What they're running into is a big wall of people that are unwilling to sell, which is great. You are seeing, although there's some retail capitulation going on, retail is actually still staying pretty impressive for the most part and holding their bags, which is a great sign. BTC showing a lot of resilience here as well. Despite the uncertainty in the market over the past several days, BTC just continues to churn higher. So that's a great sign. We have in fact seen BTC dominance climb up to the mid 65.5% range. And what we want to see here is just confidence from the crypto markets. Now, what I will say is that this Fed meeting caused a little bit of uncertainty. And why I'm saying that is basically the Fed, Jerome Powell specifically, said they don't know what to do here. Well, that doesn't give investors a lot of confidence, unfortunately. And that is why we saw a lot of chop during that time. Again, looking back at the ADA hourly chart, just look at the ups and downs, right? That is what we saw across the crypto space. We were hoping for some sort of path forward, right? And what he did say is that they are still expecting rate cuts to come this year, but they don't think quite yet. They keep talking about the tariffs and all the uncertainty that comes with that. They don't know what the move is. And unfortunately, they may be too late to actually make interest rate cuts. Looking back at some of the data, I took a little time to do this actually on my drive back home. I know I shouldn't do that, but what it looked like is the Fed typically over the past several recessions, whether that was back in 2008, whether that was back in 2020, they tend to be a little bit slow, and Mr. Too Late, I guess, rings true here. A little too slow in getting things to where they need to be. Now, again, what I will remind people is that before we have our next GDP report, which comes actually at the end of July, we do have 2 more FOMC meetings. So we have the one in June, the one in July, and maybe we will see some interest rate decreases during that time. But hopefully by that time, we have a little bit more clarity. The data is a little bit more supportive when it comes to interest rate decreases. Then we have a much higher likelihood of those, in fact, taking place. Now, what I do want to talk about as well is this big announcement that Donald Trump was talking about just the other day. I know I didn't get to talk about this earlier today, but what he said was, we have a big announcement to make, not about trade, but about something else that's going to be a truly earth-shattering and positive development for this country and for the people of this country. So the question lies is, what is this going to be? And let's just speculate for a moment. What things could be announced that could actually be done via executive order? Potentially the strategic reserve and how they will be acquiring more BTC, more digital assets. We know that, and that's the big one, right? And there is a potential of that happening. If you guys haven't noticed, if you haven't picked up on this yet, over the past week or so, the discussions surrounding digital assets has in fact been on the rise. And I think that's very interesting. And we are now actually past this point where David Sachs was given this time to investigate strategic crypto reserve, digital asset stockpile, and how to add more. So we may in fact be getting that clarity sometime in the next few days. Other things it might be, and this would take congressional approval, is something regarding taxes here in the US. Maybe the removing of capital gains tax, maybe no capital gains tax on crypto, something like that. But again, that stuff is it does need congressional approval for that to take place. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, what you think this news could be. And I really hope it's not a nothing burger. We know we have had nothing burgers before on some of these quote unquote major announcements, but either way, The market is showing some stability right now in the face of uncertainty, and that is exactly what we need. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.